My name is Tim Crothers, and I'm the Chief Information Security Officer for Mandiant. Mandiant is a Google cloud company. And with Mandiant's mission is to be on the front lines everywhere, basically to investigate every breach that matters. Google is incredibly passionate about being the most secure cloud for organizations to operate out of and take that responsibility very seriously. If you look at a lot of the latest breaches, they are due to vulnerabilities in software that's been shipped and is being used. And business has a need to move fast. Most engineering teams are being asked to deliver on particular frequencies and deliver capabilities and features at whether it's quarterly, monthly, daily, whatever, depending on what it is that the teams are doing. And of course, what we're trying to do in security is not inhibit that, of course, but help and partner with them in a way that what they ship is also secure. We bring in these tools to help with that. And most of these tools have some great capabilities. But each of those tools are focused on typically a very specific area and so then the problem becomes one of which of understanding, well, when are these tools redundant and are actually hindering more than they're helping, right? How do I determine the efficacy of these tools and whether these findings are valuable? Because from the threat landscape perspective, right, the threat actors who are trying to take advantage of faults and failures in the code that we ship, they don't care. They don't care where it is, why it is, any of that stuff. They're just interested in finding those gaps and leveraging those gaps. I had a specific instance with one of my teams that this is just a perfect example of that, where I may not be getting the number exactly right, but I want to say it was something like 160 some cross-site scripting, issues were showing up in the DAF scanning tool. When the engineer dug in, what he discovered was there were 2 lines of code responsible for all of those manifestations of that vulnerability, right? And so then he figured out what needed to be done to change the code to eliminate those, and then that's what he took to the engineering team that owned that code. He said, hey, here's what, took him through that process, found all of these vulnerabilities. It's really just these 2 lines of code. These are my suggestions for how you might consider. So we're partnering there, and then all of a sudden our engineering teams, we're proving to them by demonstrating that, hey, our job is to help you be successful. And that just completely changes the nature of the relationship in such a way that now all of a sudden the engineering teams are excited when the security team shows up, because it means that they're going to get improved code, which they desire just as much as the security team does. They just don't necessarily have the same best skills in order to accomplish that task the same way. From my perspective, visibility is the most important foundation of all security, right? Whether it's network security, you've got to be able to see the network traffic. If it's application security, you've got to be able to see what's going on with those applications, right? And so, earlier I said that the objective of most engineering teams is to be able to ship good code quickly, right? And so knowing that that's their objective, then if we use the old kind of waterfall methodology where we've implemented these toll gates where, hey, we got to have all of these checks at these certain points, then team goes fast, stop, all right, let's pay the toll, let's take care of this, and then we can go fast again, right? I think this is where there's a lot of opportunity for innovation in the application security space, where we shift from that tollgate approach to more of a guardrail approach. This brilliant idea, I can hop online, commit that to code, it can be production tomorrow. Why wouldn't we want to support that? We just need to make sure that there's guardrails, that they can't go so far off the cliffs that they fail, right? And that's where that visibility comes into play. So we do that, and then they've spun up a new repo. if we've got tooling that gives us visibility to show, oh, they spun up a new tool, then the next morning, or even more ideal, there's some automated policies that are, looking for all of the things that our organization has decided are important so that we can flag or maybe even automatically fix, hypothetically, right, some of this stuff. That's just a very, very different relationship with our engineering teams. And I would argue if our goal and security is to be secure, that actually achieves it better.